What is going on, everybody? Keybeard here in the lock shed today. Welcome. So my last video I did a giveaway prize and all the prizes came with one of these. This is a Masterlock Commercial padlock, and I'm going to take the opportunity to show what you're actually getting and how to do some things to it. So let's start with it. So what you're getting, and if any of you guys have one of these, they're really cool. So this is a Masterlock Commercial, and they are rekeyable. You can see they can come apart, and they usually come with two blank keys that are 0-bitted. You can actually see they already kind of got your grooves lined up for you. Very nice. These are 0-bitted, so they do open up with that key. But you have the opportunity to rekey them to a existing key or cut a key and repin this. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that, and if the winners of my giveaways are watching, you might want to pay attention if you don't know how to do this already. So it's really simple. They come apart just like an American lock. So you go ahead and unlock it real quick, and down in there you can see there's a hex head screw, in which we are going to, by the way, these are not key retaining, so we are going to get a hex head down in there and take it out. There we go. That'll fall out, and that'll pop out, and then you got your core. So it has your everyday kind of Masterlock core with a pinched in core into the Bible, and so there really is no good way of gutting it unless you're going to do a destructive way of removing this little pinch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rekey it, and I'm going to cut a key for it. So normally these come with two. If you notice, I'm only showing you one key. I've actually already started cutting the other key, which I've lost. There it is. So I already started cutting the other key, and it looks like this already. So I've already gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to show you guys how I do it by cutting number 5 with you guys. And let's begin. So what you're going to want to do with this guy, give me 1 second, there we go, is you're going to want to drop those pins. So in order to do that, you're going to take the 0-bit key, slide it in like you're just going to unlock it, just like that. And you notice there's 5 holes at the bottom. You're going to turn your key until you see those pins right there. And then you can go ahead and drop them. Just like that. So you can see there's no more pins in that keyway. Now this is very important. Make sure you pay attention to this part. You can pull this key out. Okay? Do not relock this core. You have no key pins in this core now. So if you turn this thing all the way to lock it, even with the key in it, all of your top pins are going to fall into there, and you're just going to brick it. And bricking means you're done. This core is done. Throw it away. So do not turn that core back into its original position until you have this thing repinned or you have these 0 pins back in. So just keep that in mind. You can turn this, and as you can see, all those top pins have fallen into the bottom of the keyway. That's fine, because you can easily take your key and it'll still slide back in, and as you can see, you can still turn that. Okay, very nice. So I'm going to set this guy aside, and we're going to pin it up to this guy. And what I've been doing so far is I'm going to set them up. I'm keeping this 5 and 3 as a 0-bit. So I'm just going to take 2 of those pins and set them over here. There we go. And then if you notice, I already have 2 pins sitting over here, which I've already pre-cut on this key. And now I'm going to cut a pin for pin 1, I guess. Depends on which way you're going right now. Since I'm kind of filing it left to right, I'm calling this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to find a pin for pin 5. And if you don't have any pinning kits or anything like that, you probably go to your local locksmith and they can probably hook you all up, you know, cut a key for you and repin it for you and everything like that. But if you have a pinning kit for, oh, say, American Lock Company, that is the perfect pinnings. That's the perfect pins for Masterlock as well. They're the same exact size. And since I'm kind of doing a high-low, I'm going to kind of go medium on that guy. So let's go with, where is my pinion tray? There we go. My tweezers. So I think these ones are the actual 0 cuts right there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab maybe this guy right here and throw him in here. Let's see how that's going to look. That's going to be pretty good. I think the two, yeah. I think these two are almost the same size. Come on now. There we go. So these guys here, I'm going to kind of cut them the same size almost. Or maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I just want to, I'm going to do this guy a little smaller. So let's go one more down. There we go. Yeah, we'll make that one a little smaller, just like that. Okay. So to do that, you're going to need 2 files. I like to use, let me zoom back out. Kind of bring it back up again. I like to use a round file for diving into the key. So for getting your actual cut depth, I use the round file. And then I use any type of a flat file. This one's actually a 3-sided triangle with a very nice flat side that I use to clean up the hills so the pins can have a nice ride going in and out. What I mean by that is if you just cut straight down into a key and you try to pin that up, you'll never get that key back out because you still need to give your pins a nice smooth hill of a ride up and out. Because if you just have a straight wall, they're stuck. Okay, so let's begin. The easiest way that I found out to do this is you're going to take your vise and I'm going to lock my, there we go, lock him in place just like that. And you can determine the depth by just using this guy, just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a couple cuts. And I might fast forward this part, so let's see how it does. And I need to keep this. I need to, hold on. Let me make sure I have enough space to do this. There we go. So when you file, you want to make sure you're straight up and down with your key. No angle it up or that way. And you're going to just go straight across, just like that. And since these ones are already kind of marked for you, you see these little notches, all you got to do is set your file in between that notch right there and then go. So I'm going to start right there and then straight up and down and just straight across, just like that. And I'm just kind of guessing the depth right now until I think that might be the depth. It probably isn't. So now what you're going to do is you're going to, oops, where'd the key go? There it goes. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your core, slide it in place, and then you're going to, let's see if I can get a good shot. There we go. You're going to take your pin that you're trying to cut the key to and get them in there. So there we go. And then, so if you notice, it's still binding up right there, so I haven't gone far enough. Okay, so we can actually leave the pin in there and just pull him out. And then you just want to do like a couple swipes. You don't want to go too aggressive anymore. So let's do 2 swipes like that. Oops. That wasn't a very good angle. There we go. Focus. There we go. And then you're going to test it again. Again, I'm still binding. So pull him out. A couple more swipes. There we go. Slide them in. Still binding. I still got a long ways to go, I think. So let's do a couple more quite aggressive little swipes there. What was that? A fucking ant? Freaking ant. Sorry, guys. Ant just fell on my vise. Throw that in there. We're getting close. We're getting close. A little bit more. So a couple more swipes. Slide them in. And just to be sure, I'm going to push down on him a little bit. There we go. And there we go. I think I got him where I want him. So I do feel a little bit of clicking, binding right there, but I think I'm okay with it. Okay. So now let's take him out. I need to kind of clean him up a little bit. So you see that? There we go. See that very sharp edge right there? I need to get rid of that. I need to clean that up a little bit. I'm going to use that flat file to just straight again, you know, keep straight with your key and flatten that out. You don't want to go too much because you don't want to go any lower than that spot right there. So you just want to get rid of that point, and you can even kind of round it up a little bit. There you go. Like that. That's not bad. Okay. Now the moment of truth. Let's see if we actually got this pinned up good. So we know that one's in there. That one's looking good. We'll go to pin, I said that was 5, so we'll go to pin 4. Slide him in. Again, see how nice. No binding. You know, nice turns right there. We'll go to pin 3. There we go. No binding. Oop, there we go. No binding. Go to here. Pin 2. No binding. Pin 1. Drop them in. No binding. Nice. Another test is pull this in and out. Kind of hold your finger on it so the pins don't fall out. You want to make sure your key can come out of there. So that's a good shot right there. You don't want your key to get stuck, especially if you lock it into position and you don't have a good size hill on there for the key. So let's lock it up. Oop. And this guy's kind of stuck. There we go. And locked. Let's see if we did it right. So the key comes out. Very nice. Key comes back in. I do feel a little bit of grab, so pin 1 might need to be cleaned up a little bit, but we have a working key. Awesome. All right, let's zoom out and let's put them back into the commercial. Very simple. It just slides right into place, just like so. You take your plate here, get him positioned back in there, this guy, and your hex head. Tighten that back up. There we go. Nice and tight. One more test before you lock up the lock. Yep, everything seems to be working good. Lock him up. Look at that. We now have a working key for this commercial Masterlock. Very simple, guys. I hope this is very informative to you. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to lock in and subscribe. Any comments, go ahead and tell me what you feel. You know, I'll be your lock therapist. How's that sound? Anyway, guys, happy picking, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your week, which is Monday, I guess. So now you got a whole week ahead of you. And yeah, happy picking, everybody.